Well, inflation has been such a key concern for many of us for several years now that tariff battles are in the mix, saving money could be even more critical than ever. We're going to talk with an expert about 99 great ways to save some money. That expert is David Brindley. He's a deputy director of the AARP Bulletin. And David, we can't talk all 99. We don't have all day long. But let's start with a couple of easy things, maybe some quiet day habits that could save people more money than they realize.
Sure, this might be surprising, but even when your appliances are turned off, and if they're still plugged in, they're wasting electricity. So we recommend that you unplug those appliances, and you can save up to 10% every single day. Another way to save on a daily basis is to lower your water temperature from, say, 140 degrees to 120 degrees. Over the course of a year, you're likely to save up to $400.
Wow, okay. That's an easy one, though. All I have to do is dial it back. In your experience in working on the Bulletin, what are some of the key spending mistakes that people are making?
Well, one thing is, one thing that I do myself is to always check my receipts before I leave a store. Because if you need a refund, you can get an immediate refund. So not doing that, you can just lose money on a daily basis.
We've talked a lot about the necessities left, things you don't have a choice on buying. Groceries, certainly one of them. Is there any way that we can save a couple of bucks or maybe even more at the grocery store?
Absolutely. Here's a really good tip. So stores tend to put the priciest items right at eye level. So it's a good idea to look above and below for items that are a little bit cheaper. Another great way to save at the grocery store is to use the self-checkout lane. That way you can avoid those impulse buys at the last minute. And while you're checking and scanning your items, if something costs more than you really want to pay for, you can just put that aside and save money immediately.
Oh. I've heard that paying cash, especially at places like a grocery store or if you're going out to eat, can save you some money versus a credit card. Is that just because of interest rates?
Not just because of interest rates, because if you do carry a balance, you are paying extra fees on that. But studies have shown that people who pay cash tend to spend less overall. Plus, a lot of small businesses are facing higher credit card fees from the credit card companies. They're passing those fees onto their customers. So if you pay with cash, you won't have to incur those fees at all.
So do you think it's just the mentality of taking the green stuff out of your wallet and you see it going away versus just swiping?
Absolutely. It's so much easier. Credit is so much easier, but when you have to take your money and count out those 20s, put them on the table, you realize, wow, I'm spending a lot of money.
Yeah, right. Okay, so many of us have to make mortgage payments using credit cards. And any suggestions on how you can do that on some of those real big purchases or rent or mortgage?
Sure. This is a really great way and a smart way to make your money work harder for you. So pay half your monthly mortgage payment, every 2 weeks. By the end of the year, you'll make an additional monthly payment. That goes directly to your principal, so you'll save on interest, and you'll likely pay off your loan faster. This also works with credit cards. If you pay twice a month as opposed to just once a month, in the same amount of money, you're still saving money on interest because that first payment goes to the money that you owe.
I have a lot of friends who talk about the amazing effectiveness of racking up their points, their gas points by buying gift cards, and they're using Kroger or Meijer or other local facilitators. What's your advice there? Because it seems like you have to be very diligent if you're going to do things like that.
Well, yeah. I mean, points can be really advantageous. You can save a lot of money, you can get free gift cards, but they're only good if you use them. 25% of the people didn't use their points last year, and over time, they lose their value. So we recommend that you earn and burn.
Earn and burn. I love it. All right. David Brindley, Deputy Editor of the AARP Bulletin. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thanks for having me. It's been great.
All right. And so here's a look at the outline article that we actually have been talking about, 99 great ways to save money. You can find that over at aarp.org/99 ways to save. Read through it, see if you can find something new and some new ways to find some savings for you or your family budget.